What a barn burner of a game. I thought for our guys to have the resilience to battle back after the gut punch we took down the stretch of regulation. I'm really proud of those guys. It's not easy to do. I mean, I felt the same way as a coach, but I've been in that moment a lot, and you see so often the team that storms back in regulation sort of captures the momentum and continues to roll with it in overtime. And I thought our guys did a great job of not letting the moment of regulation spoil our hunger to win the game. Najee Marshall hitting a big three to start overtime, I think gave our guys a boost of confidence when they were doubling Karam. But both teams, I mean, like Keelan, I mean, some of those shots, ridiculous. And I thought our big guys did a terrific job. We tried to go inside as much as we could. They were unbelievably effective. Trayvon's game, I'm happy for him. He's played here 4 times, the first 3. I'm sure he'd love to wipe from his memory in terms of his individual performance. For him to do it as a senior in front of his family, I'm sure he feels great about that. So I'm just proud of our group. We got a long way to go. The league doesn't get any easier. Our game on Saturday is going to be a tough one, but I'm really proud of our guys.
We talk about it after every game, but Trayvon's performance again.
Yeah, I mean, the two plays that stick out to me, and there were several that he made. Number one, the 3 from way out, top of the key. I mean, that was just a dagger. But then also the defensive play where I think their big was rolling down the lane. I'm not sure who it was. And they tried to throw a little bounce pass, and it really looked like it was going to be open. They put so much pressure when their big rolled to the rim that if you don't bump or tag that roller, it's 2 points. And then if you stay with your big, they come off and shoot the ball. And Trey somehow snuck inside of that. Not only did he steal it, he got fouled. And, he's a guy I love watching going to the foul line. It's pretty good.
Chris, did you hesitate at all? Excuse me. Did you hesitate at all with that game plan to want to go inside a lot with Tyree being and slinging it all? And obviously, Karam and Sean picked up a ton of the slack there. Can you just talk about their performance a little bit?
Well, Ty's, hopefully we get Ty back soon. He's not as much of a scorer. He's gotten markedly improved from a year ago. But Karam and Sean can score. And in fairness, I feel like both of those guys, all 3 of those guys have sacrificed a lot this year because rarely do we play them together. And being able to give Sean 5-6 minutes straight, Karam 5-6 minutes straight, probably helps them get an offensive rhythm. And that's who we need to be. We need to be a team that throws it inside, that counts on those guys to score or get doubled, and then be able to kick the ball out and play off closeouts. And again, when you have guys like Kaiser and JP and Trayvon, it's easier to space the floor when the ball's thrown into the post player, and it's pick your poison. So we didn't deviate him. That was our whole game plan coming in.
Chris, what did you want your guys to do? I'm not sure whether you're a foul guy in that situation or not, but I mean, it was so early for that. So what did you hope they would have done?
Got to stop. No, if it would have been under 10, then we would have fouled. I learned that the hard way as an assistant coach at University of Kentucky when Ohio State, Ron Lewis hit a 3. And, I was always like 50-50. I don't know. And that makes you a believer in that locker room. So, but you do it with 15, 18. I mean, I think we ended up getting the ball at 11 seconds, so they probably shot at 14 or 15. That's just, I think there's way too much time to put too much pressure on your own free throw shooter to play with fire like that.
How would you describe what this league is like night in and night out? And what's the team have to do?
It's a very competitive, terrific players. Teams that may not be at the top of the standings on any given night, as evidenced by St. John's against us. I mean, they've got some dudes on their team that I think every program in our conference would give their right arm for. Talented, long, athletic. I think our coaches all know one another very, very well. It's really cool to have a round-robin league. You're not playing one guy or one team and never see him again, and It's really cool. And by the time we get to the Big East tournament, I mean, the familiarity it's incredible. And I think there's only two major conferences like that. It's pretty special.
Coach, we're in February now. How much have these last 3 games, although really tough down the stretch, how much have they helped your team going forward?
Well, I hope. We're going to be in some close ones the further along we go. We know that. I mean, you get into tournament play and everybody's scouting you. Stakes are really high. Nobody wants to end their season. So you're going to be in some, one-possession games. And, I think tonight was the first time where we had that little errant pass. Q threw it over to Trey, went out of bounds. But we've been pretty poised, and we've done a really good job executing down the stretch. That was sort of an anomaly for us tonight. And it's something that we can learn from. But I hope it helps. We'll have to find out.
Chris, I asked Trey this, and he gave a pretty good answer.
And you're expecting one from me, Mike?
Yes, I am. When you guys are climbing these poles, how much of a challenge is it for you to keep them focused on Butler the next game, rather than #1 seed, high ranking, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think that what we talked about before, the league being so daggone good that we know. We're in one-possession game against St. John's, and everybody's talking about how they haven't won a conference game. So the seniors and juniors truly understand. We were on the other side of it last year. We lost 6 games in a row, and everybody was putting forks in us, and it just shows how fragile making the tournament is and how a season can go sour. And I think when you have seniors, they really, really help with being able to look forward. And I think we have a hungry group. A group that's been through a whole lot, and he wants more.